and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys asked me on my 500 subscriber call for questions. And this is probably going to be like part one of possibly a 3-part Q&A. So as of today when I'm filming this, the deadline for the giveaway hasn't passed yet. So I want to give everyone the opportunity to enter, and so I'm going to leave it open until after tonight at midnight. And so I don't have a winner quite yet, but I was getting so many questions and I tend to be quite chatty, so I decided to start answering them. I'm actually going to be doing a separate like budget and finance question and answer. So if you asked a finance or budget question as far as like credit cards or budgeting or any of those types of things are concerned, I'm gonna do a whole separate Q&A for that. So this is gonna be uploaded on Sunday. Look for the part 2 Q&A that will announce the giveaway winner probably around Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Okay, so let me get started answering some of these questions. So I'm so sorry if I don't get like your username or your handle correct. Names are difficult for me. So Taylor Elmore asks, what made you start a YouTube channel? So this is a really great question. You guys asked a ton of great questions, and what made me start a YouTube channel was being inspired by other creators. So some of you may or may not know this, but my channel has actually been around for quite some time. I started the channel in 2014, and I did upload probably for maybe a month or two. And at that point in time, my kids were much younger. I was doing like tidbits of our life and some haul type videos. And I was really enjoying it and loved the community, but it just wasn't the right time to do that in our life. They really needed me at home and just needed a lot of my attention, and it was really hard to even like respond to comments, let alone film and edit. So I just decided to step away from it and see if I ever felt like God was calling me back to it. And so I did feel like that I was being, called back to it. And so that's why I restarted the channel. I did make some of my old content public again. If you guys want to go back to the very, very beginning, I would say, and see some of those videos. Some of them are live on my channel. But, and really it was the other creators. I had watched YouTube for years. There's been people, I've watched everybody from huge YouTube names. Like I followed the Shaytards from like the first year up until recently. And then, I've watched some smaller channels just from their beginning days. And I was so inspired by them and loved learning and them sharing with me. And so I decided that it would be a great idea for me to be able to share and just be a part of the community in a different way. Amanda Arnett asked, what is my favorite Lula dress? So that one is actually really easy. In my April favorites video, I will try and link it somewhere here. I showed the Julia dress, and that is my favorite dress from Lula. They have quite a few styles. They have like the Carly, the Amelia, I think the Cassie might be a skirt. I get confused with all of these names. They're so similar. I can't remember all the names, but the Julia dress is my favorite. The Julia dress is my favorite. It's a really nice cotton, simple, straight dress. I love the fabric that they make them out of. I like the way it lays, especially on like my frame and being more petite. It hits like right at the knee, and it just seems to be an overall good length. I like the way it fits, and so definitely the Julia dress is my favorite. Okay, so Jess, I'm not even gonna try your last name, Jess. She is a frequent commenter, so I'm sure she is watching. Jess says that she's super petite. And do you have any like fashion tips for petite people? And I am very short. I am 5'1", but I like to give myself that 1 inch. And I'm just kind of all over petite. And so something that I would say that has helped me, I'm by no means like a fashion expert at all. And, you know, I just try and look cute and put together. I'm not sure I achieve it any day, but I try. Would be to wear clothes that fit you well. And so sometimes like when we're short, it's so easy just to buy pants that are a little bit too long or are a little bit too baggy, like in through the waist and like hip and thigh area, because it's hard to find pants that fit well. And then we just buy something and they kind of look baggy. And I think for me, it definitely makes me look even shorter when what I have on the bottom half of my body isn't more fitted. Now, I'm not saying like form fitted or skin tight, but it does seem to help if I have more of like, even I will buy like a cropped jean, and it is supposed to be a capri on most people, but it fits me really nicely through all of the other areas that with high boots, you don't even know it's a crop. And then in summer when I'm wearing sandals or flats, I just cuff the bottom and they're crops like they're supposed to be. And so I would definitely say make sure whatever you're wearing isn't too large for you or frumpy. It doesn't have to be skin tight, but just definitely make sure it fits. Another thing I would say is just steer clear of things that kind of cut you in an odd way. Now, I love to wear skirts, but I don't wear them often because I feel like they cut me in a way that makes me appear shorter. And so if I do wear a skirt, I try and wear more of like a high-waisted skirt. I recently just bought a skirt at TJ Maxx, and even though I don't think it's necessarily meant to be worn kind of high-waisted, that's how I wore it, and I think it looks nice. I don't wear heels of any kind. I know many people that are more petite say if you wear, you know, a heel, that it does help to like elongate your legs and things like that. But I don't wear heels because I'm like I can't do it. I just need to wear flats all the time. And so I don't do that. Something else that I would say is make sure that if you're wearing a dress, again, that it's not too like flowy or you just look like you're in a muumuu. So I would just say that really focus on what fits you well, brands that fit your body nicely, and go towards them to buy your clothing. I hope that answered your question and was somewhat of a good answer. Tiffany from Simple Wife, Simple Life, go check her out, guys. I will try to link her somewhere here. She is a friend of mine on YouTube, and she asked, how did you meet your husband? And my husband and I actually went to the same high school, but we never dated in high school. I was 3 years younger in school than he was. So I was a freshman when he was a senior. And when he moved on to, is that right? Was I a freshman when he was a senior? I believe so. Or maybe we're 3 years apart in age, but maybe only 2 years apart in school. I can't really remember, but regardless, when he went to college, then he would come back to our hometown, like our high school, for games and football games and basketball games. And it just so happened that one day we ended up riding to an away basketball game together that I was cheering at and he was going to, and mutual friends of ours were all riding together, and so we rode together, and that's kind of how we started to talk. And then he ended up taking me home from that basketball game, just him and I, which was kind of odd. Like, what were my parents thinking, letting me ride in the car with a 19-year-old boy? I don't know. But anyway, so he took me home and we just started talking from there, and we will be married for 12 years October 1st. She asks, what are some stores that sell budget-friendly or cheap clothing? And asked about if I shop, I guess, at Rue 21. You know what? I haven't been in a Rue 21 in a really long time. I find that the clothes there kind of don't fit my personal style, and so I steer clear of them. But I really have a lot of luck finding like budget-friendly clothing. I'm really frugal about what I wear. I don't spend a lot of money on my clothes. Like I said in my 500 subscriber giveaway video, I don't have a ton of LuLaRoe that I've paid full price for, or pretty much any LuLaRoe that I've paid full price for, because it's just a little bit too out of what I like to spend. And I have great luck at Target. So I got this shirt just the other day at Target for $2.40 plus my 5% off with my Target debit card. So I bought all of them that I liked that were on the clearance rack, because if you're finding something for $2.40, I absolutely love the way that their t-shirts fit, either the Merona brand or the Mossimo brand, and I wear them all summer long with either capris or shorts. I like shorts and I wear shorts often, and so that always works for me. If I'm looking for kind of like a nicer, more dressy top, I go to TJ Maxx. I try to only spend maybe like between $12.99 and $14.99 on tops. In a video recently, I showed you guys some things that I bought at TJ Maxx, and everything was priced below $14, I think. If I'm buying shorts and pants, this is where it comes in, where I spend a little bit more. New York & Company and Ann Taylor Loft. I normally go to the outlets and I look for clearance. And it just so happens that those are the pants that fit me best. I sometimes can buy like the Levi's from Target. I don't know, there's a special Levi's brand for Target. I've gotten those on clearance, but my best advice is, no matter where you're shopping, know your budget and watch the sales and shop the clearance racks. Go in kind of already knowing what you want to spend, and then, you know, making sure you find something you love within that price range. Leave it there if you don't love it, or it doesn't fit your body type, or it doesn't fit your style, because you're gonna end up just kind of wasting money because you're not gonna love wearing it anyway. So I would say Target, you know, I shop at the outlets, any outlet mall a lot, and then TJ Maxx, Marshall, and Ross. Ross has some great things. I have not scored anything at Ross in quite some time, so I'm probably due for a good shopping trip there, but Ross, dress for less, you can get so many cute things, so try those. Guys, this is already like at 13 minutes, and I am just way too chatty, so I'm gonna end it here for today. Look for part 2 of the Q&A, as well as the part 3 budget and finance, and for the 500 subscriber giveaway. Thank you to everyone who entered. You have about 24 hours left to go ahead and enter the giveaway if you'd like. I'll put the link on the end slate, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.